Good morning.
And good morning to you, Nzima.
Yes, indeed it is. So, we are here to offer an overview of the morning pages. So, first, I would like to say thank you for tuning in to Hartford's Lit 2021 Festival. My name is Nzima Hutchings. I am the visionary and founder of Hartford's Lit. However, I am doing a workshop and it is focused on the Every Kind of Lady morning pages. And we are here with Together Healing. Narelle is the co collaborator of this brilliant, mind decluttering, must have morning page exercise that we do early in the morning every day. But for you, Tuesdays and Saturdays. Narelle?
So, I am the owner of Together Healing. So it's just based in um, helping one to connect to themselves and be more present in the world as themselves in their highest expression. So I'm
Yes.
gonna be posting more work on that. But this is just one of the little doses of what you get in the future.
Yes, yes. So everybody who decided that they wanted to, not everybody, but those who decided that therapy or um, holistic care, self-care, or just diving into alternative self-care, love, nurturing, a path to creativity, all of that good stuff. You are who I'm talking to. You are the ones who we are talking to because we know that you will go into this with a belief. You will go into this open and ready to receive. So, to no further ado, we're going to just jump right into it. So, you may say, well, what the heck is morning pages? Well, is there a night page? Is there an afternoon
Uh,
page? So, um, I would like to say that journaling can take place any time of the day. It could take place any time of the day. But what makes morning pages different than any other time of the day journaling is the fact that you just came from a sleep, right? And a lot of things that was sitting in your subconscious mind, sitting back here in your mind, come when you open your eyes is sitting right here in front of your face. And I'm not talking about the dreams, although we will talk about story reels. But what I'm talking about is a cluster, a clutter, a collage of thoughts, if that makes sense, right? And oftentimes we are, our moods are set by those thoughts. If indeed we had a bad dream or the stuff that we have sitting in our minds, like all the to dos, getting tos, um, they're sitting right here when you wake up. It's like new day, here it is. How are you? And this is all the things you need to do. And you're like, why are you beating me up first thing in the morning? But it's right there. And we don't realize it is a micro stressor right there. The thoughts is right there. Also, our creative mind is awake too. So that's there. The night before is there as well. The day before is there. The concerns, the worry, the aspirations and dreams is all sitting in one space of emotions, right? So, morning pages, the reason why the morning pages is so different is because all of that you need to dump to declutter poured onto pages. First thing, you're organizing your thoughts. And also your current state of environment, sitting there and the same thought. Oh, it's cold in here. Oh, I don't want to put my feet on the floor. I know I should have got carpet. So you got like these weird things that just jump in your mind. You got real feelings that's sitting right there with all of the other things that hadn't happened yet or need to happen yet or you trying to organize, right? So with that being said, decluttering helps to organize, to de-stress. It is self-care, right? In the morning. And what a bright way to start your day. So when you jump in that car, they think, oh my God, am I gonna hit traffic? You already thought those thoughts. You took the time to sit with yourself, to make the important meetings with yourself. Now that is one of the every kind of lady models is to make the important meetings with yourself. And you can hear me say that in all my podcasts, workshops. I mean, I oversay it. It should just be branded on my forehead. Make the important meetings with yourself. Okay, so with that being said, it doesn't mean that you have a tight schedule. You dotting all your I's, crossing your T's. You got all your stuff all in order. What it does is give you a chance to give yourself a real fresh start. Because see, you have a fresh morning. You have a fresh breath on your page in the morning. Correct? Right, Narelle?
Yes,
So
yes,
Narelle, if you can see she's such a beautiful woman. And do you see her environment? Do you see the breeze in her background? Like I'm looking at that beautiful plant and I can see the little fluttering, the air, you know, and that is something to take into your day. We don't realize everything matters. So I can't wait till she get to her session later on and she really take you there because she takes me there and I need Narelle. So, Narelle, can you briefly go over who we are with our bios so we can let this group of people who tuned in to watch us to know who we are?
yes. So yeah, so you kind of talked about yourself and envy, but just to reiterate everything, um, Nzima is an author, poetess, expressive writing and literary art wellness coach. Um, she has an MHFA certification in CT, certified sexual assault advocate counselor. She's a community advocate for Trinity Health of New England, um, member of the National Association of Poetry Therapy, founder and curator of Every Kind of Lady Coach, and BA. So I don't know if you want to add anything or, you know. So
No, that is great. I have to say I'm excited that we I don't know. That's it. That's it. I don't know. It's weird when you talk about yourself.
yeah, it is hard. So but I'm gonna push the envelope and do it anyway, right? So
Yes, you do
I
it well.
am so I am an artist. So I didn't put all of my things there, but to sum it up, I'm an artist, a writer, um, holistic health consultant in the works. I could be practicing, but I'm going to be practicing. Co-facilitator of the Sister Circle in Springfield, Mass, um, and a founding member of Inganjani. Um, I will share that info with you later if you like the spelling. guided meditation facilitator and founder of Together Healing.
Yeah,
You for
great. I had to put you out there like that, right? So there you have it. You have us, women who it's a great collaboration. So now to get into why you're here. So what you are about to receive is an overview. Okay. So you will receive an overview of primarily what it is that we do in the morning. So on Eventbrite, you are able to register ongoing to the morning pages on Tuesdays and Saturdays. And so what that means is that we have the opportunity for you to just jump in and opportunity for you to benefit from what we do. So this morning people they're curious and so we have people that would try it, they will pop in and they would stay, they become regulars or they learn enough to self-care and do it on days that really works for them as well. So the motivation is of course hang out with us, but to have enough exercise and practice that you will practice morning pages 7 days a week, or at least 5 days a week. You know, with us, we're chaptering those pages. So when you hang out with us, we're chaptering those pages, which means we're making sure it happens. You make sure you make that time. You make sure you make the important meetings with yourself. So in this overview, you will have a taste. When so it's going to be modified. We won't sit in long pages during the journaling part for the full duration of the time, whereas normally 15, 20 minutes. We will cut it down for a few minutes just so you have the practice of following along and feeling or tasting, touching, being in the know a little bit to what it is that we do to have some of the experience. You want the full experience? Well, that is a pay per view. Moment. So, all right. Yes, look
You
and
get
see.
the journal.
Yes,
Get
she has the
the
journal. Yes.
journal.
So that's a morning page journal. So we also have a published journal and it has a little treat in there where, we'll share with you a little bit later. But that is hold that up again, Narelle. Yes. Okay. Yes. So that book can be found on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. You can look up Morning Pages, A Breath and Page. You can look up under Narelle Thomas or Nzima Hutchings, and you should find it on Amazon. Okay. All right. So I am going to share my screen. And so normally we won't be doing all of this in our morning pages, but I just want to give you the opportunity to take notes, right? We all need notes, right? So here again, you see the yellow paper, you see the little yellow sunflowers. Okay, so that is not a part of the morning pages, has nothing to do with what you need to know for morning pages. But we talked about environment. We talked about setting up the stage for your entrance of the day. And yellow is a nice, comforting color, and it's supposed to be warming. Set your stage to feel like this visual here, okay? Whatever works for you. Okay. So, our mission, our mission for what we do for our collaboration of the morning pages of Breath and Page is to inspire women to focus on and practice mental health, wellness, and self care by implementing morning pages, which is a stream of consciousness writing and internal monologue journaling, as well as to offer a pathway to emotional equity. Take that note down. And blooming, meditative blooming, right? And literary art exercises. And with this, we hope to promote with our goals active self care, to declutter the mind, a space to self reflect, mindfulness, arty literary expressions, cathartic release, and relaxation. And to create a safe space for women now. We say 17 plus because sometimes mature content come out of the mouths of women because we have some real women grown folk issues um, and we have a shared space here as well. So also to nurture affirmative wellness techniques. And so with the idea that you are actively in the present moment and your present self being mindful, that is exercising these techniques. And then we have Narelle Together Healing, where she really give you an exercise weekly, and she will jump into that a little bit later on. Okay, so when we jump into our morning pages and we gather together, we often tell people don't feel stressed because it's virtual and it's on a Zoom. No, we don't meet each other at 6 up in the morning and then come back home and then run to work. You know, it is virtual. So we meet via Zoom. Okay. And I tell people you don't have to have makeup on. You don't have to have your hijab wrapped on tight, knit, tucked, and buttoned up all perfectly. You don't have to come with your hair all perfect and twisted and all juried up. Today, I am dressed pretty for the camera. Normally, I look a little differently, right, Narelle? We are really, really comfortable, okay, because the morning pages take place first thing in the morning. So after you probably use the bathroom, splash a little water in your face, stretch, grab your coffee or your tea, and come hang out with us with your hot beverage in hand. Okay. Um, so a little bit about what the morning pages, what is morning pages? So when we look back at our goals and we talk about stream of consciousness writing or internal monologue journaling, that is exactly what it is. We are putting pen to paper and you're just writing, 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 and you're writing. But what are we writing? So Narelle, she has our morning page book, and we have it in the book so eloquently where we state exactly what it is that we want to work through. And the introduction, we tell people a lot of times, like I said earlier, we have a lot of stuff, right? So with the morning pages, we we gather, we write first thing in the morning. It's a form of journaling to help you declutter and self care. It is a way for you to take that break, have your pen. Matter of fact, we get really fun with it in the morning pages. Yeah, like really cool stuff. And, it's part of the environment. And okay, so I might be cheating because I am in my writing room, as I have all my stuff right here. But yes, I love sunflowers. We also have a sunflower tea. Norella's a tea maker, y'all. But anyways, so I have my quill. We have the yellow. We have the bright. uh, and with that being said, so we longhand write, pen to paper nonstop for at least 20 minutes long. Cameras off, pen in hand, notebook, preferably our notebook. Ah, well, okay. But
Well,
not, if not, you can use any notebook, something bonded where you keep it all together because it's something tangible and it's yours. It is nothing artful. The longhand session, is the writing is not to be shared. It is not to be written as somebody's going to read it. It's for your eyes only. And it is just mind dumping. When we say mind dumping, we're talking about all of the stuff that is sitting in that head that needs to let go. Would you like to share that? Narelle, do you have that page in the book that states what I'm saying? And
yeah. Um, so it's like the intention. I was thinking of that when you said it. I was like, oh yeah. So it says morning pages. Your morning pages begins before or with your morning tea or coffee before you start your day. You are pouring your organic, cinematic daydreams and mundane list of thoughts onto paper. No sugar, grander, edits, grammar, or intelligible sense or order needed. The goal is to comfortably declutter, release stress in the BS, organize, and exercise mindfulness and self care. Um, Use this journal and write for 15 minutes or up to 3 pages a day. Write what is taking residence in your mind in the moment, such as day to day stressors, feelings, things you have to do, things you're imagining, or what is happening in your space, whatever. And basically, it says 1 month of morning page to journal with extra pages for your creative flow.
so, yeah. So, um, thank you, Narelle, for that. So you get it. So there you have it. Okay. And you can look it up more in depth. So there's the Arts Way, there's tons of literature on morning pages. Morning pages is not a made up thing. We didn't just make this up, it is a thing. Okay. And so to practice that's part of the workshop, I want all of you to have a pen in hand, have your pen, have your pen in the hand, and you have your notebook. And I just want you for just 2 minutes to put your pen to paper and write. And I'm going to time you. Now, normally, remember, we says 20 minutes. Normally, so you add like a whole zero after the two when you do it long handwriting, And if you only got 15 minutes, that's cool too. But this is just so you can see what it feels like not to ponder what to think. I just want you for 2 minutes, put your pen to paper and just to write. Now, remember, Narelle says story reels, the cinematic thoughts, the mundane happenings of the day. I need to buy eggs. Oh my God, my husband is snoring. He's getting on my nerves. Oh, shoot, I'm supposed to be somewhere. I got an appointment at 10 o'clock. oh my God. Oh wait, that's a poem. I gotta be somewhere at 10 o'clock. Like
Mm,
so, so it happens like that, you know. Or sometimes you say, I want to just go back to sleep. Why am I up? Why am I so
mhm,
tired? I slept for 10 hours, 8 hours. Why or 6 hours? Why I'm so tired? Okay. So those, you know, again, the recordings is to just get it out of here, to leave room for clarity and creativity, organization, and peace and self-care. Okay, so have at it right now. Um, so Narelle, although she is my collaborator, in this moment, we are going to pretend that Narelle is one of the participants. So we normally would turn off the camera and I'm going to jump into the mode. So you guys are welcome to turn off your camera. You will write for in this moment for 20 minutes nonstop, pen to paper, and just dump whatever is there. Even if you say, I don't know what to write, I don't know what to write for 20 minutes, but get it out, okay? But really, we're only going to do this for 2 minutes for the sake of this workshop. Try it, really try it, okay? Okay, so you're welcome to turn your cameras back on. You're welcome to come back into the space. So that's how that will work. So I would normally again give you 20 minutes. But if you are out there and you actually just did it for 2 minutes, I bet you didn't even know what you was gonna write, but you wrote something. I know you wrote something, right? Um, and our engagement guidelines is again, we stated before, you can come with your cameras off, right? We like to be introduced when you first come onto the scene with the cameras on. This is primary space for women. Men can participate, but on a different platform. Okay. Um, I respect and I love our brothers because we won't be here without them, and they're very valuable and they're very important. This space is just for women. Okay. Um, However, also, and as with our guidelines, it says respect tranquil space and others and time. So when we say come back, you see how Narelle she came back this in the morning. You know, we want to move it along, right? Now some things happen in the morning, like your kids are up and you're in the middle of doing your morning pages. You like, your camera's off. You ain't gonna be like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm late. No, no, we just mean respect time, meaning because we don't share the morning pages, but later on we do other things and we have a timeline. We like to be in and we like to be out. And then when we have shared time, if anyone wants to share, we would like for everyone to have a chance. Okay. Um, and we normally tell people to use the chat for questions and comments because this time is for people to understand that you're this is a shared space, right? It's a learning space, it's an exercising space, it's a healing space. And when you go, hey, I have a question. Wait, what did you say we gotta do? What we doing now? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, wait, my kids are here. And oh my God. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I didn't have my mute button on. All of that is now. You remember, people came to this space to get away from the hustle, bustle, daily rat races of the day, and we like to protect that. Okay, so I hope that you was able to write something, pour something out, to let it dump out. Okay, so remember, in long handwriting, pen to paper, we're not texting, typing. It's kind of like a connection, right from the heart and the head, right out to the, our peripherals, our arms, our limbs. We just, we everything works with a connection to the heartbeat. Everything just is there's a rhythm. Now, when you're frustrated, you might write like jag. But when you like smooth with it, it's amazing. Even the print on the paper comes out differently. I highly recommend gel pens though, because it glides really nicely on paper and you're not writing and then you have some really powerful heavy marker type pen and then there's like an ink blocks or it's not pencil and then it's light and dark and the crack and it breaks your thoughts. You're like, I was writing and then like where was I? Now you broke your pencil, right? Gel pens just kind of go. I don't have any stock in gel pens, but I tell you I should because I love gel pens. Okay, then we move on to the next. It says if you need to leave, you may pop out a message and like we just explained. Remember, you don't make the big announcements. Hey, I gotta go. Thank you. This was nice. We love you when we're together. But just go simply again. We this is this is the announcement we make really quick. And we explain what long handwriting was. Remember, it says Um, FYI, no sharing. So don't worry about grammar, grander, spelling, creativity, unless that is how you organically flow. Okay. You are writing out what is playing out currently in your mind. Okay. Um, and we it says write a found poem. So after we complete the morning pages, this is where the every kind of lady morning pages of breath and page get really exciting. Okay. Because see, we do the morning pages thing. No, you can do that and go. But as an extra bonus, an extra treat, when you come hang out with us, no, we're not trying to overstimulate you and be on top of your head in the morning, right? But what we do, we we have the environment that we create, the platform, the space, the welcoming, the breathing space, the blooming space. Okay. We provide that. What happens in the morning? things are activated. So I had to include what we call the 5 minute writing cafe page. Okay. So the 15-minute writing cafe page is important because a lot of times you are a poet and you didn't know it. A lot of times you have something you just want to say, you just want to share and get it off your chest, correct? So we allow for a moment of sharing. Yes, we share. We don't share the long page stuff, the story reels, the mundane thoughts, my grocery list. You know, it's cold. You know, the bathroom need heated toilet. No, we don't. We don't share any of those things, right? But in this hour, we might do something like a found poem, using one line or a couple lines from a piece that I've read. Typically, I will read some poems from other artists. I will share some of our work. Narelle is a poet. I am a poet. Um, we have inspirational readings. And so, what I'm going to do in this moment, I'm going to read a piece by Araya Mountain. Again, we welcome people into this space, and it doesn't. All of this explanation is not in this. We give an overview in the beginning, and it's in our breakdown. So it's not as choppy, but this is just for you to know. This is a taste, this is an overview to learn what it is. Okay. Um, so we want you to practice with us. So by modeling, um, you need to have a pen and paper. So get ready. Do you have a pen and a paper? Okay. So and you need to have your full attention, your whole person needs to be listening. Okay. So that means to be present. I want you to listen to the words that I am going to share from this poem, this prosy piece, and just take it in, sit and chew on it while I'm reading it. And then you are going to respond by writing for 5 minutes nonstop. And a lot of times we do found poetry because, that taps into the creative side on purpose. So we are going to do that today. So a found poem is basically a skill, is an activity where you read any text. It could be a newspaper, a book, or anything, but you have the text in front of you. You take it in, you don't rehash it. A found poem should not mimic exactly the piece that you just heard. It's not editing and just taking out words and it just keep and carry the same message. It's supposed to be done so much so that the author does not realize that you took um, so much from the text. They might, but it should be familiar enough where the author might say, "Oh, those are two of my words put together, or two or three of my words, or maybe one line pulled from my piece." I like the way they totally redid that. Okay, it should evoke feelings. It should evoke a story, a narrative, a prose, or something. Okay, so I'm gonna read, and then as you see, the instruction says, I'm in a found poem. You're gonna use one. I'm gonna use one example of what it looks like, and you may write, draw out your thoughts. Some people come and they don't want to write. We have people who have other art mediums. They may draw pictures. I have one woman who does beautiful script, and oh my goodness, and she has a whole story behind her picture after listening to a powerful piece. So you don't necessarily have to write. but this is an opportunity where you have a chance to share. Okay, so Narelle she's my co-collaborator, um, and she's going to be a participant right now for this workshop. And I am going to read The Invitation by Orion Mountain. At this point, I want you all to relax, to shake off anything you need to shake off. Breathe and listen with your whole self. Because I want you to write to respond. You don't have to share, but you do have the opportunity to share. Now, I'm imagining you have a pen and paper. It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for. And if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing, it doesn't interest me how old you are. I want to know if you will risk looking like a fool for love, for your dream, for the adventure of being alive. No, it doesn't interest me what planets are squaring your moon. I want to know if you have touched the center of your own sorrow, if you have been opened by life's betrayal, or have become shriveled and closed from fear of further pain. I want to know if you can sit with pain, mine or your own, without moving to hide it or fade it or fix it. I want to know, I want to know if you can be with joy, mine or your own, if you can dance with wildness and let the ecstasy fill you to the tips of your fingers and toes, without cautioning us to be careful, to be realistic, or to remember the limitations of being human. It doesn't interest me if the story you are telling me is true. I want to know if you can disappoint another to be true to yourself. If you can bear the accusations of betrayal and not betray your own soul. If you can be faithless and therefore trustworthy. I want to know if you can see beauty, even when it's not pretty every day. And if you can source your own life from its presence. That was the invitation from Orion Mountain. So at this time, I welcome you to respond. Respond in any which way you like. You may write a poem. You may use one line or a few words from this piece. You may decide you don't even want to use any of the lines. Again, the title of this piece is called The Invitation. Now, I need you to focus on what it is you need to put out into the universe. Okay? Be it a drawing, an emotion, a memory, a poem, a direct response. You have 5 minutes. So actually, we're not going to have 5 minutes. We are going to have 1 minute right now. This is just, again, an overview of what we do, but a little taste of being in, you know, be a part of it, right? Okay. Okay, so I welcome you back and hi, Narelle. So now this is our sharing space. So, of course, we prepared. And again, you normally have 5 minutes after hearing a piece. Sometimes we have two pieces, but this was a really long piece that I've shared. So I've only shared one piece. Okay. And don't feel pressure when you join our workshops because you're not made to share. But Narelle is going to share just a little snippet as if just to give you a little exercise of what we do. So, hi there. Is now, would you like to share? Is there anybody that would like to share? We pretended we got a room full of folks in here.
And usually for that, you raise your hand on the Zoom call, and we'll make note, stuff like that. But so I will share what I wrote. So you're always welcome to just, like Nzima said, and like the screen says, just even if it's just a thought that comes into your mind. So what I thought of,
There's a bang. I'm not sure.
yes, I apologize everybody for my background noise. Who knows what's going on outside of these cars? Sound like somebody's towing somebody's
Okay,
car.
so
I
this
don't
is
know what's going
live. I'm so
on.
sorry.
Yes, this is the real stuff of life,
Yes, I love it. Okay.
So this I love this poem because it really reminds me of myself and how I feel about people in my life and relationships and things. And I'm one of those people who just take me deep, and um, I wanna feel the raw emotion. I wanna be present to the fullness of life. So I just quoted a couple things. I just said, if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing, like, ugh. I responded to that with, are you committed to your life? Like, um, you know, are you committed to what you're living? And then she says, have you touched the center of your own sorrow?
Mm.
Like, that's such a tender point. Um, and another thing I liked was, um, she said, sit with pain without moving to hide it or fade it or fix it. Um, and, you know, talks about disappointing another to be true to yourself. Um, and it made me reflect where it's like we can be so caught up in trying to make things pretty or clean or presentable. Um, and we don't always have time to heal, or take time to heal through our pain. And part of that process is not trying to fix something, not trying to make it, this is what I've been going through, like it, not presentational. Just this whole piece felt like an invitation to be fully present in the experience of life. So that's really what I got from it, and
That was
I'm
beautiful.
grateful for it.
That I am grateful that you birthed that. Because thank you for that. So we normally, that is about the sharing time. So what she did, she modeled about the time allotted for participants to share, and she shared a response to the reading. And I love the presentation. I'm just going to jump right in there. Yes, because sometimes people are so worried about the presentation, they forget to feel. They forget to feel the warmth, the hug, the what's really happening, to process the experience. It's almost like, okay, so I love taking pictures of everything. I think I was supposed to be a photographer,
Yeah.
but there are some people who it is not real if they didn't take a picture of it. Like, oh, I gotta take a picture of it now. I have to post it, right? Um, and they spend so much time doing that, they forgot to engage and hear with their whole self, right? They take a picture. Oh, this look nice. Oh, did you see that picture? That looks good. And meanwhile, someone's giving a presentation, and you missed all of that. And they said, and then they ask you a question. You go, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was busy taking pictures." So being mindful, being whole present, and so with your response, Narelle, um, not worrying about fixing it. That was powerful. So thank you. So this is some of the things that you will receive. So you have the long-handed writing for the 20 minutes, a second to breathe, shake it off, jump right on in into hearing some beautiful words, and then respond. And then you have your allotted sharing time. So now, to no further ado, we move right along. Boom. Go right into our blooming hour. And normally this time is about 15 minutes. Yeah, we go through the space of all that Narelle has to offer. This session is um, breathe and bloom, breathe and bloom. And so she's not going to go through it for a whole spill of 15 or 10 minutes. She's just going to give us a quick, like, minute or two of what it is, just literally a minute or two, just so that way you can hear her voice and some of the things that she would say. Would you like to read this page right here, Narelle?
Sure. Yes, so breathe and bloom. Our breathing will be an instrument and main point of focus through sound and feeling. So it kind of goes back to even the poem. It's just a point of being present. So we invite you to get comfortable, put your writing tools or coffee or tea to the side. Um, Please mute. Feel free to turn off your video.
And so now I am going to reverse roles. So I am going to relax and I'm going to turn off my video because Narelle is going to have the next minute or two and give us um, a taste of the breathe and bloom blooming page hour. Okay. And so
Okay.
he welcomes me to turn the camera off, and here it goes.
All right. So you're welcome to, like I said, get into a comfortable position. Usually this is, I say you can lay down, you can sit down, as long as your back and neck are aligned straight, to facilitate easy fluid breath to flow. You're welcome to do that. Sitting up like I am is fine. Um, and can just take a moment to notice any tension you may be carrying in your body and just release it slowly. In 3, 2, 1, you can just exhale. Exhale it out. And then as you inhale again through your nose, just see your stomach fill with air like a balloon. So I'm gonna just try and like show you a little bit. Put your hands over your stomach, your belly button, and just feel it and see it inflate. And then as you exhale through your mouth, see it slowly deflate. You can make like a straw with your mouth, like, and just exhale it slowly and just feel your stomach deflate. If at first you need to just kind of like gently press in just to feel it. And then, through the workshop, we practice that a little bit. And then just breathe in one more time and inhale the goodness and light and focus on everything you received today from this workshop and experience and everything you're cultivating. And as you exhale, release what no longer serves you, release those things you decluttered and dumped onto the pages. And we'll just inhale one more time and feel all of the goodness that you are. And just see a light filling your body and just see it surrounding you like a force field of goodness and warmth and comfort and power for your day. And with that, you're welcome to come back to the space as you feel comfortable and able and ready. And for the sake of this, now.
Now, I have to tell you, psychology is serious business. And exercise is serious business. Consistency and habit is powerful because as soon as you start to go in, just even with the instructions, your voice, my body prepared. Like I got into like, I started yawning. And I just started like getting comfortable. And I'm like, so the practice is real. Like it's a learn. They say the body keeps the score.
Mm.
There's that book, right? And I've been reading that book, and it's so true. It's like a memory foam. And so when you just started, so it's important to hang out with us, y'all, or practice some form of meditating the blooming hour, where Narelle would normally go in for a good long time and we would be breathing. We will be removing our tongues from the roof of our mouths. And I really was getting in and I'm like, oh wait, this is only gonna be like a minute. And my body was fighting, like my mental was it was a problem.
It's like,
It was like, you gotta come back. You gotta come back and you gotta record. You can't just go, all right, guys. So thank you for that. It's important. This piece is really important to roll out your day right now. Also, um, next, Narelle will offer chance. She would offer chance and
yeah.
where so I'll let her take the role in this.
Okay, yes. So to close off that segment, that's what we usually do. And today, kind of inspired by this whole thing. Today is I am self-fulfilled in my joy. Usually repeat it a couple of times. You can say it together, things like that. But I'm gonna say it one more time. I am self-fulfilled in my joy.
Mm.
And we will usually post these to our group on Facebook. So join us if you're not there yet. I'm gonna join too because I got booted off of Facebook, but that's another story. And if I am present and true, there is nothing that I cannot do.
Mm.
If I am present and true, there's nothing that I cannot do. Those are the blooming chants for the week.
Those are lovely. And so, like Narelle said, that is something that we post on our page. So you look us up on our of breath and page on Facebook, and look up Nzima Hutchings as well, because right now Narelle is hard to find. Something's happening there in the social media world. But yes, and and the reason why I should say it 3 times, sometimes the message land on us. There's 3 phases. It land on us. We didn't take it in, so we need it to be said again, so we can then process the message. So then there's a thought after the thought process, right? But we're not sure. We don't own it yet. It has not fully resonated. It just poked our nerve, right? Poke. But then we start to fill up and understand it. That slow, warm breath that fills us up, we start blooming with it. And then we 3 times, um, I would say 3 times a day, but it, like Narelle says, say 3 times. We want our organs to listen. We want our minds to listen. We want we want it to our whole self to listen so well that when you walk around, people see those words articulated on your skin. So it look like you feel those words,
Yeah.
those affirmations put into the affirmative voice. Okay. And we know repetition, you believe it. Just like my body knows when Narelle is going to do the blooming hour, it positioned itself. So that was a conflict because I know my body was doing its own thing. It keeps the memory, keeps the score. But I had to say, no, don't do it. It's like salivating. You smell food, go, oh, I smell that sweet potato pie. Oh, I smell that apple pie. I smell the smell of that cinnamon, all of that. And your body go, what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
You start leaving the building and looking around and salivating. So my body remembers when she starts to speak like that. My visual remembers the plant behind her, the ear blowing, and it's like I'm hypnotized. Okay, so yes, we need that. So 7 days a week, and we every week she give us a new set of chants. Okay, so no further ado, we'll move on. Okay, so we have a poem that we put together for the fun, and this is how we're gonna close out. So again, this is Hartford's Lit 2021 festival, and the theme is 2021 love, one life. Right? That's the thing. Okay. And remember, I am Nzima, and this is Narelle, and I am a poet. I'm an author. I'm a mother. I am many things. I wear many hats, and I'm the visionary of Hartford's Lit. I am also the visionary and sole owner of the Every Kind of Lady Company. And Narelle is the owner, visionary of Together Healing, and many more. She is a visual artist. Okay, she makes tea, everybody. We have sunflower tea coming, everybody. So we're excited. And together we collaborated. We wrote a poem to give you a little. wild feelings of those mundane thoughts of story reels, the things that make sense but don't make sense. We kind of like put it together and we want to share it with you all. So, Narelle, could you show everybody our book cover just so
Yes, here is, and then I will show you the poem in the book. So,
oh, this is exciting. This is exciting. So we have
oh, much better. Yes.
we're bigger now, everybody.
Yes.
We're bigger. You can see our faces. Um, so we do have um a poem, and I'm going to actually I don't know. Are we still big
It's
around?
nice.
I'm not sure. I can't see it.
We can be seen. I think the poem is priority here.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
shows, yeah,
Yeah.
which is nice.
I can't stop sharing though. I just wanted to be able to
Oh,
see. You cannot. Okay. So, hmm. Well, maybe. All right. So we put together this piece, and Narelle has a copy of it, and and we will tell you all to go to Amazon and check us out if you would like to read this piece and keep it for yourself. So, and here goes. Enjoy. Of breath and page. It is a constant turning, a pirouette and stilettos, or steel toe combat boots. Of breath, exhaling billows of exhausted air, breathing in freshness between fingering time and pauses, featuring uncurved spines, every kind of lady sundry of hats and women, little inner girls, tiptoeing on broken glass, punctuation marks, run on lines, and dashes. Realign dainty to big girl panty lines, mean paper cuts, inkwell jars, thank you notes, sunflower petals, and halos of sage. Morning thoughts, mind streaming hands scribbling written and unwritten words, the colorless Legos, moving story reels, slow dancing, want tos, and all the to dos that tried and tries to remember, to forget, to chore, to bookmark, unneeded chapters.
mending, kneading together, healing, working through, working with, not judging thoughts or feeling, not judging grammar or grander, not
Edits
drowning ourselves in apology.
and edit.
Yeah. And life's debris. Here we are, breathing, being, becoming, resonant, resounding, present to own, present, create open space, to hone and heal, to bloom a fresh space.
Mm. Yes, I love that line, especially to hone and heal. To hone and heal. So that concludes our morning page of Breath and Page. And we thank you for taking the time to tune into our workshop. And we hope that you will turn into an person who look at other avenues of self healing. We hope that you tune into other workshops that the Hartford's Lit are offering. We would like to support our fellow presenters and check us out on Eventbrite and see the different dates, the calendar dates. Okay. And decide what works for you. Jump in where you fit in. Until then, we thank you in this hour. Take care, ink well, and make the important meetings with yourself. Goodbye.